What's up guys, this is DeanoGTO and today I'm just going to be giving you an example as to why I think it's pretty much just asking to drive yourself insane if you try to go for rank 15 in ranked battles. So, something that I noticed at the low tiers of ranked battles was things like the Type 5 Heavy were incredibly common. You would see like one or two of them per game, like guaranteed. Like, there was never a game, like, you would see the occasional game where there'd be no IS-7s or there would be no Super Conquerors. But there was a Type 5 in every single game. There was maybe like one in every 20 games you would play where there would not be a Type 5. That just gives you like an idea of like the ratio you'll be seeing. And oh look, this is exactly the sort of game I wanted to show you. They haven't got less common as you go up through the tiers. They have gotten significantly more common. They are everywhere. They are a goddamn plague. They make you want to tear your head out, tear your goddamn hair out. Like, I had a game earlier on today where I was driving my IS-7. I fired a shot in a Type 5 Heavy. They snapshotted, no aiming whatsoever because they were looking away from me. They just turned their gun towards me, fired immediately, and they landed a shot on me that did 600 damage. And I was just like, you know what? I was in the process, like, I lifted up my keyboard and I was about to slam it down on my knee to smash the keyboard, and I just went, wait. I paid money for this. I'm not gonna do that. But it's really testing on your sanity. It really is, because it's just idiot-proof tank that just steamrolls the enemy teams. And this is actually like representative of what the matchmaking is actually like at the moment in this mode. Like, it's just Type 5s, Type 5s, Type 5s, Type 5s, Type 5s, Type 5s. Like, they determine games on their own. And if you have a Type 5 player who's way too passive, they're going to lose the game for you. That is as simple as that. You need a Type 5 player who is both aggressive while being somewhat like realistic. And that's a difficult combination for people to manage, because 9 times out of 10 what happens is you have a Type 5 player who's either way too aggressive, gets himself killed in the first like 2 or 3 minutes, or you have a Type 5 player who's the last one alive and just camped in the back the entire match. So yeah, that's like the one of the two scenarios you're going to end up with. It's a pretty rage-inducing thing. And also you have situations like that there where they'll shoot things and not realize the HE can't go through objects. Yep, yet another frustrating thing about it. Thankfully our Type 5 actually seems to have half a brain and is actually realizing, oh no, there's actually a threat here. And look at that, he just did 600 damage to that guy with no issue whatsoever. Like, my tank has a good aiming time and good accuracy and stuff like that. There has good soft stats, so it's expected that you would be able to hit tanks while moving on the move like that there, and like just like quickly snapshot and shots off. He just did 740 damage to that 50B with no issue whatsoever. But yeah, look at this. Like, they are just a rage machine. Like, people consider their new Russian tanks that they were added to the high tiers, people consider those to be overpowered. I asked those people who said that there, have you driven against a Type 5? Because those things are, like, they're the definition of idiot-proof. There is no vehicle in the game which I can think of which is a better representation of idiot-proof. Like, any dumbass can jump into a Type 5 Heavy, just drive forward, and RNG will just block all of the damage for them. Because I've had situations where I've been at point blank range with a Type 5 Heavy, firing into like the worst angle part of them with premium rounds, and still bouncing off because RNG just said, oh yeah, you got a low pen roll now. And it's just all decided by RNG. It's incredibly rage inducing and just makes you want to tear your goddamn hair out. Like, though, even those new Russian tanks are nowhere near as annoying as the Type 5s. And the Type 5s just get more and more common as you go higher and higher up in the tiers. T57 would be nice if you noticed there was a Type 5 right there. You do some damage to that guy. And yeah, T57's dead now. There are tanks that are annoying, then there's the Type 5. Type 5 is just on another level. It really, really is. Like, this was a pretty good game. Like, I can have really good games. But it's just, like, the fact that one unlucky hit from a Type 5 early on in the game, which knocks out half your crew, can decide a game for you because you can't put them both back in at the same time. So that means you either have to go without your gunner or you have to go without your commander. Now, those are the types of games you see all the time when you're fighting with Type 5 heavies. You just lose half your crew and then you can do nothing about it. And even that was even a pretty solid game. And that is what most of my games would probably be like if it wasn't for the Type 5. But there's literally nothing you can do against them. The only way you can pen them is if they're dumb enough to give you their side armor, which is actually honestly not that uncommon. And look, that was just an awful game. Like, the only way is if they're dumb enough to give you the broadside of their side armor, and even then, a lot of the time, just this magical spaced armor, track armor combination will sometimes eat shots randomly for no apparent reason. You'll shoot them here and they'll bounce for no apparent reason. And whenever you have one that's angled like this, you actually can't pen here unless you have like a 300 penetration gun. I've tried it with multiple different tanks. Like, this is pretty much angled perfectly for a Type 5. There's nothing you can do against one of these things which is angled like this. And even shooting through the front of the turret is just not going to work whatsoever. It's just stupid. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much all I really have to say about this particular thing here. And I'm not going to be trying to go any higher rank because these things are just a cancer on the game. So, yeah. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and how high do you actually make it into the rank battles before, well, your sanity gave in. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. I hope you see you in the next video, and yeah, have a good one.